Okie dokie, ho ho! Let's go!
Hey guys, Retrohead here, welcome back to another video. Today is a video all about one of my collections, and it's a collection that I don't really talk much about and I don't really buy a lot for, but I think I've got a little, decent collection of, and that is the PSP. It's a really good handheld and one that I absolutely love collecting for. Now I think I'm going to show you sort of just over 25 games. I do have more than that, but the ones I'm going to show you, the ones that I can talk about a little bit more, I know a bit more about these and I've played all these. Some of the other ones on my shelf I haven't got around to playing yet. So I'll show you the other games on the shelf at some point as well, but these are just the best games and my favourite ones that I've played. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, but without further ado, let's show you this collection. I just wanted to give a quick mention to the PSP game that I'm currently playing through, and it's a game that I've really been enjoying, and that is Deadhead Fred. And this is one that I picked up a little while ago, sort of a few months ago, for £10, which is a really good price, and it's a game I absolutely love. You can see I haven't got it on me, so it's currently in my lounge because I'm playing it, and like I said, really impressive game. So the first thing I'll show you is this PSP box here. Now this is just like an original PSP box, this is the value pack that I've got here. And I have no idea how much I paid for this, because this is actually a gift that I got, but this was probably 7 or 8 years ago now, maybe a bit longer. Yeah, I'm really pleased to have this. As you can see, the box is not too bad, it's got a little bit of a dent there, but I have had this for absolutely years. And this is got a PSP inside it, because the other one that I keep out is separate. So this is complete in box. But I do have another PSP box to show you, and that one is a little bit more interesting. So the other one is this Killzone Liberation PSP. Now this one is fully complete in box, apart from the fact that it doesn't have the Killzone game inside. So it's got quite a cool story to how I got this. So I went to a gaming shop that I go to quite a bit, really enjoy going there. And I saw this box separately, and they had no PSP, but they sold it to me for £6, which I was very pleased with. It came with all of its paperwork inside, all of the manuals and stuff. So I was very pleased to find it for only £6. But probably about a month or two after that, so good timing, at a garage sale, I found a PSP loose. It only cost a tenner. So in total, I paid £16 for this, and all it's missing is the game. There's just £2 in CEX. I did see it at a recent CEX, but the UMD was all cracked inside, which was a shame. But I will be looking for the game for this, so when I eventually get the game, hopefully for £2 from CEX, this will be fully complete in box for only £18. And PSP in the box is so expensive, I think it's over 150 quid. And being this Killzone one just makes it a little bit cooler, I think. So I'm very pleased to have this in the collection, so I think it looks absolutely awesome. And I really like having these things in the collection that have these cool stories attached to it. As you can see, this one is usually in the backgrounds of my videos, so very pleased to have this one in the collection. So the first pile of games I've got, I'm going to show gameplay footage of and talk about them a little bit. The second pile I'm just going to sort of rapid fire, as otherwise I'll literally be here all day if I show all of them and all the gameplay footage. And then I'll show you the shelf which I've got that has just got the rest of the PSP games on. But the first game is Gran Turismo on the PSP. Now this is one of the first PSP games I ever played, and I absolutely love it. Very much like Gran Turismo 3 and 4 on the PS2. As you can see, my copy is a platinum version, but that doesn't bother me at all. Especially on the PSP, I do quite like it on the PSP. I do quite enjoy collecting for the PSP, it's just not a console you see many games for. It's like the sort of console I collect a lot for, I just like to buy the games that I like the look of here and there. But the first game is Gran Turismo, probably one of my favourite games in my PSP collection. The next game is Tekken 6 on the PSP. Now this game is quite interesting, because the PSP that I bought for a tenner loose actually came with this and a couple of other games. And this game is I think it's over 15 quid in CEX now, I'm not entirely sure. But it's a very good game. This is a game I'd like to have on the PS3 at some point. But I really like having it on the PSP. And I won't show these for all of these, but just want to show, because this is in really good, complete condition. And to get this with that £10 bundle is really good. Next up, we have a game of a franchise that I absolutely love, and that is Crazy Taxi. And this time, Crazy Taxi Fair Wars. I believe the only Crazy Taxi on the PSP. A very fun game. This is another one of the ones that I've had for absolutely years and years in the collection. And one that I like. If I go on holiday and I take the PSP, I probably will take this with me, because it's just an awesome game. And not overly expensive. I think this is £5 to £10 in CEX. Maybe a little bit less than £10. I'm not quite sure, but very excited to have this one in the collection, just because it's a game that I absolutely love. and one that I definitely think you should pick up as well. Next up, we have Sonic Rivals. This is a very good game, and I think this was also one of the first ever PSP games I played. I don't think this was quite the first, but one of the first, and it's a very, very good game. The Sonic Rivals franchise is an awesome franchise, very underrated. You never, ever hear people talking about it, which I think is a real shame. And it's just a really good game. The graphics have held up really, really well for the PSP as well. Some of the PSP games haven't held up quite as well, but I think this game holds up very, very well in today's standards. So yeah, this is another really awesome game, Sonic Rivals. And I won't include footage of this next one because it's very similar to that one, and that is Sonic Rivals 2. I bought this for £2.99, as you can see on the back, from independent pawn shop in Norwich. Another really good PSP game. Now the next game is quite an interesting one, and I do like to keep the price tags on my games sometimes, just so I can remember what I've paid as to what they are now. So that is Infected on the PSP. This is a game that you never hear people talking about, and as you can see on the front, I paid £4 for it, and this is now £12 in CEX. So that is like 3 times the price, so that's like really good. And this is a very, very good game. Horror is not really my sort of genre, but this is sort of like a bit of a horror game with a difference, and it is scary. Like, this game will freak you out, which is really cool. And the music on this game was the main draw for me when I heard about it, because this includes music from Slipknot, Fear Factory, like really, really good bands. I'm not sure. I think in the manual, there's a list of the soundtrack in here. I'm going to have a little look in the back now, actually. Yeah, this is Slipknot. Trivium, which is a band that I really like. Chimera. Fear Factory is one of my favourite bands. Yeah, so this is a very, very cool game. And some of the music in here is so, so good. Now, this is £12 now, so this is a game that I really enjoy, but not a lot of people like the sort of music that I like. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend you pick this up for £12. But it's, in my opinion, a very good game. Next up, we have a game that I haven't played overly much of, but still very much enjoyed it. It's not a franchise that I like the games a lot of, and that is Final Fantasy. Now, don't get me wrong, I love all the Final Fantasy games that I've played, but RPGs aren't really my sort of thing. Final Fantasy is my favourite RPG sort of franchise, though, so I paid £5 for this Dissidia Final Fantasy. I have no idea if that's a good price or not, but a very, very fun game. And this one is one of my best conditioned PSP games. Like, it literally looks immaculate inside. It's also one of these ones that has the reversible cover as well, which I think is a really cool little feature. Next up, we have a game that I don't know overly much about. I've played it for sort of like 20 minutes, but not really got into it yet. And that is Dungeon Siege Throne of Agony. Now, when I say not really got into it yet, I enjoyed it, but I haven't actually got stuck into the game yet. But this is one that I'm going to go back and play because it looks very, very fun. I bought this from Amiga's Emporium in Attleborough, which is a very good little gaming shop. And they had this for £4, and there was quite a few RPG sort of games that I picked up for like really good prices. And I'm hoping to go back there quite soon for a game hunt. So maybe find a few more PSP games then, who knows. But this is a very good game. I have no idea how much it is in CEX. But if you see it for a good price, a definite pick up. And this game is sort of much the same as the other one. I've sort of played it for about 20 minutes, half an hour, but haven't really got properly into it yet. And that is Fading Shadows, again from Amiga's Emporium. It's just a really good little shop. £5, so I was very pleased to pick this up. I think this is more than that in CEX. And as you can see inside, in such good condition. This sounds very, very cool. And on the front, it's got a 2-headed dog on it. So, if that don't make you want to play it, I don't know what does. So the next games are ones that I'm going to go a little bit rapid fire on, because otherwise we'll literally be here all day. So the first game is a game that I would have shown gameplay footage of, but I actually bought it in the last video, so I don't want to talk too much about it. And that is Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Really, really good game that is. I was so pleased to pick that up. The next game is one that I want to show, because I've never played this one on the PSP. So I've played most of these, but not all of them. And I've never actually played a game of this franchise, and that is Monster Hunter. So let me know if I should be playing any Monster Hunter games in the comments down below. Next game is Midway Arcade Treasures Extended Play. I really like these discs that sort of have like loads of games in one. Just really sort of handy to have and great to take away with you. So what have we got on the back here? We've got Clax, Joust, Spy Hunter, Sinister, Zybots, Cyberball, some really good games on there. The next game isn't overly crazy, but this is just my first ever PSP game I got. When I got my PSP, this came with it, and that is WRC World Rally Championship. Great memories playing that. The next games are 3 Need for Speed games. I think I've played, what ones of these have I actually played? I think I've played Shift and Undercover, but I don't think I've ever played Need for Speed Own the City. But the Need for Speed games are really good and really cheap. Now, the next game is very awkward to say, and that is Il to Sturmovik. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I think that's how you say it. I really like these like flying games, I think they're really, really cool. I've still got the £2 charity shop sticker on the back of that one. Next up, we have Ridge Racers on the PSP. Now, this one is the Japanese version. I just wanted to show this because it's the only Japanese PSP game that I actually own. Here is my actual version of Ridge Racer on the PSP. Really, really fun game, that is. And another game that's very, very fun on the PSP and so cheap. I think this is like under a $5. And that is Wipeout Pure. This is an awesome one. Next up, we have another game. Now, this was £3 from CEX, but this was a lot of years ago. And I think this has gone up in price quite a bit as well. And that is Tekken Dark Resurrection. A really, really solid Tekken game. Definitely worth a pick up, that one. Along with this next one, I don't know how much this is now, so I did pick this up quite a while ago. And that is Medieval Resurrection. I really enjoy the Medieval series, and at the point when I picked this up, this was the only Medieval game I had. So this was sort of like my first ever taste of the franchise, and I really, really enjoyed it. Now, next up, now this was a very, very fun game when I played it, and that is Daxter. Very, very good. I definitely recommend that one. I've never actually played this next one, and that is Key of Heaven. This was another one that I bought from Amiga's Emporium. Don't really know much about this one, to be fair, but I just thought the front looked absolutely awesome. So I thought for £4 I'd pick that one up. The next one is a good game, and that is Scooby-Doo Who's Watching Who. Played that on the DS and the PSP. And next up we have Toy Story 3. And I know a lot of people have said about how good this game is, but this is really, really good. So that's it for the PSP games I want to show you in a little bit more detail. Now I'll show you my PSP shelf like remainder, because I do have some other games on there. Nothing particularly interesting, but I want to show like my whole collection, so I'll show you that now. So here is my shelf with the rest of the collection on. There's nothing too crazy on here. Lego Batman's a good game. I do like snooker as well, so I've got a snooker game. Here is some UMDs behind. I do like the Iron Maiden one. I think that's pretty cool, as I said earlier. I do like me heavy metal music. And then moving along here, we've got some F1, MotoGP. Obviously, I love my racing games, as you probably already know by now. What else? We have Cars 2. That was really good when I played it. Like, a really, really good game. Pursuit Force, that's one that you don't hear many people talk about, but I think it's really fun. Star Wars Battlefront, that was another one that I got in the bundle with a £10 PSP, so that was like an absolute steal. But yeah, let me know if there's anything in the comments that's particularly sticking out to you here. I haven't played all of these ones, to be fair. I've probably played about, like, 75% of these ones on this shelf, but I've played most of the ones that I show on the video, but these ones are, like, my lesser favourite ones, if I'm honest. So yeah, let me know if there's anything that I'm particularly missing out on playing on. But now, let's go back to the video. So thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, please subscribe, and let me know what was your favourite game that I shoot in today's video. And also let me know, is the PSP assistant that you collect for? So I think not really many people talk about it, but I think it's a really underrated system. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!